In reference to a call last night, disturbance type call. Upon arriving, white male Robert Evans, who's 32 years of age, of Denton Road, was found to be stabbed, and the police department conducted the investigation as to what led to the stabbing. Evans was transported to a local hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries and he was pronounced dead. The investigation has revealed that Evans had arrived at an acquaintance residence where an argument escalated into a fight. Evans produced a knife and was stabbed by the resident. At this time, the investigation has ruled this incident as self-defense. However, all the facts and details of the investigation will be presented to the district attorney's office, who will in turn present it to a grand jury for presentation. The other individual who was involved in the case is a African-American male, 32 years of age, Abraham Como.
Spell Como, Chief.
C-O-M-O. Any questions?
Did the Evans man live in the same place, trailer park?
They live in the same trailer park, yes.
Okay.
Either one of these individuals been arrested or had problems before with police?
We do not have any kind of history on Como. On the victim in this case, he has a minor criminal history involving traffic offenses. I do want to stress that we have no indication this was a burglary. And I also want to thank Mr. Doug Valeska. He was available last night and assisted the investigators as far as working this case. They have been in contact with him since the investigation started. It's certainly a sad occasion. However, we'll turn it over to the good folks of Houston County as far as the grand jury and let them make the final determination.
Could you give us any insight into what the argument was about that the gentlemen were having?
Kim, we can't, because all that information is going to have to go before the grand jury. Certainly we can't afford to work the case in the media. But that information, the investigation package, will be supplied to the district attorney's office.
One of the neighbors out there said last night that the two individuals had quote, words before.
We can't get into all the details.
Was Evans armed?
Well, there was a knife involved, yes.
Has Mr. Como been released now?
Yeah, Mr. Como hasn't been charged with anything.
Yeah.
He came down for the interview with the investigators. I would classify it very cooperative. And once again, like I say, all the information will be supplied to the district attorney, for the grand jury to make a determination.
Do we have an exact number of stab wounds?
That will be determined from the autopsy, and once again, that will be made part of the investigative file.
So charges could change when it's presented to the grand jury?
Yeah, we don't have any charges now. There could be charges forthcoming, depending on what the grand jury makes a determination.
If you could, Chief, speak generally. I know you can't speak on the specifics of this case, but speak generally to us about when you get a situation like this, how you go through the investigative process.
Well, anytime there's a loss of life, the case is worked as it is a homicide case. We work at the worst case scenario, and we try to investigate it to find out what the details are on it, as was done in this case. Right now, the investigation indicates that it may be a case of self-defense, and that's something that we'll take all the facts that are obtained through the investigation. The fact scenario will be presented to a grand jury, to the citizens of Houston County. They'll review it, and they'll make a determination if they agree with us or if they disagree with us. Certainly, if they disagree with us, they can return a true bill, which will result in charges being filed against Mr. Como.
Chief, if you could just talk about some of the requirements for self-defense.
Well, certainly if it's in the heat of a fight, one person's trying to harm the other one, you have a right to defend yourself. And there's so many facts that you have to. Not too far in the distant past, we had a situation where there was a burglary that took place, and the homeowner defended himself. I think y'all remember that, where there was actually, shots fired. There's different fact scenarios that you can look at where self-defense can become a factor. We feel like all the information that's been gathered in this case, this is one of these cases. Self-defense, could be a reason for the loss of life.
Chief, if I might, let's change gears for just a minute. What kind of update can you get us on the burglary at McDonald's, the release you had yesterday, and the subsequent seizing of some property and we think some of the money back?
Ken, hang on just a second. Lieutenant Jay, are y'all prepared to make any kind of statement as far as the burglary?
This time, still ongoing. We've got some suspects and evidence we're trying to recover this morning, and as soon as we do, we'll be able to release that.
Has anybody been arrested at this point?
We have one in custody, yes.
I know that's probably not what you want to hear, Ken, but we'll try to get you all the information as quick as we can. Okay. We appreciate it. Appreciate y'all's help in getting information out, and I'll see most of y'all over at the commission meeting.